Hello, good afternoon from Brooklyn, Nova Scotia. Um, I'm Raina and this is Mandy, and we're getting excited for the Women's Summit happening at the end of this month. So just a few days ago we went down to Glen Margaret to check out where this is all going to unfold, and we met with Mara and had a beautiful walk of her property there to get a sense of what we're going to create on the land in an intuitive permaculture way. So we just wanted to kind of flesh out what our intention is for our project. And we're sitting here in my apple guild with our
Literally in the apple guild.
apple tree. And just wanted to touch on what a guild is to us and put out an invitation to all of you, how you can be part of what we're going to create on the land there at the end of the month.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so Raina and I have been in conversation for about a year in regards to her land here in Nova Scotia, and talking a lot about diversity in community and the importance of all of our unique essences and gifts and skills and abilities coming to the table as a whole, rather than isolating specific parts or specific people in community. And the magic that happens when all of us just show up uniquely as ourselves, and how that relates to our natural world, and how we engage the concept around gardening or farming or permaculture, and how much more we have access to when we allow space and freedom for an intuitive approach rather than an expert, sort of a forced approach. And when we connected with the organizers of the Women's Summit, we didn't know exactly what we were going to offer, but we had the impulse to be there, and we knew it was centered around the wholeness in community, and somehow showcasing and tapping into that magic that happens as each of us show up exactly where we're at. And so in permaculture, we often lean towards creating guilds. And in our conversations, it's been really clear how much a guild, in the sense that permaculture does it, relates to community. So it's a grouping or an engagement, an area of multiple plant species and types of plants and trees and shrubs and ground covers and vine layers and all of those things, and how they come together in the alchemy of each of their properties, and what they offer that community as a whole when they do come together and just share their unique nitrogen fixing capabilities, or their mulch making capabilities, or their encouragement for beneficial insects and things like that. And so yeah, it became really apparent on the land the other day that we want to come together in community and create what we will call a women's guild, women's inspired, women's summit inspired legacy or manifestation, physical manifestation of what we will be creating as we all gather on the 29th weekend. And so our invitation to all of you is to check in and look around your natural environment. Look in your gardens and your farms and your backyards and your parks, and have conversations with your neighbors and all of your girlfriends from now till then. Look around for those teas and medicines, those plants, the species that really speak to you, that really support and nourish you as a woman. And our invitation is that you, if you feel called to, bring some of those transplants and some of those cuttings and those perennials or those trees or those shrubs or those medicines or those teas, and bring them to contribute to the guild themselves. And the guild will just unfold sort of over the course of the weekend. We'll have one sort of specific time together, which I imagine we will do a bit of a closing ceremony with it, and really gets our physical hands in the soil at that point. But we will weave in and out of this space all weekend long as you feel called to. And it doesn't just have to be in the skills and abilities of what you're doing in terms of gardening, but just your intention for being there is just really important.
Thank you. So we look forward to seeing you at the end of the month and participating in the workshops and digging in the soil with you, and enjoy your month of July. Until then.